Hi guys, welcome to Code Bashers. So guys, as you all know that I have started the ultimate coding preparation series for Accenture for 2025 batch student. The main aim of this series is that to bring in front of you the different type of coding questions that will be asked in Accenture. Okay, so yesterday only I made a first video wherein I have discussed a question regarding bit masking. So in today's video also you will be learning a new concept. Okay, so the main aim of this series is to bring new concepts and new questions in front of you so that your preparation can become very good till your Accenture assessment starts. Okay, so guys, I promise you that till the time your Accenture assessment starts, this channel, that is the Code Bashers, will become your one-stop solution for the placement. Okay, one-stop solution for your Accenture preparation, whether it is the assessment preparation or whether it is the interview preparation that will start. So make sure that you hit that like and subscribe button for this channel and do join our Telegram group. Okay, I have currently made a dedicated group for 2025 batch students in which we discuss. Currently the Accenture on campus hiring is going on, so therefore Accenture exam related queries will be discussed here. Make sure that you join this. Okay, I promise you many of the videos regarding Accenture preparation, all your doubts will be cleared in future. Just you have to do two things. Just click on that like and subscribe button for this channel and do join this Telegram group for the Accenture exam discussion. Okay, so guys, now let's start this video and make sure that you're watching this video till the end, because the concept that I will be teaching you, it's very important as per your actual exam is concerned. Okay, so let's start this video. Okay, so guys, the pattern of this video will remain same. First I'll be discussing the coding question, then I will be telling you the approach of this question, and finally the coding part will start. Okay, so let's just first understand the question here. So just a second, give me 1 minute. Yeah. Okay, so question here is, given an array of length n, find the length of the largest subarray which contains equal number of zeros and ones. Okay, let's just quickly understand with the help of an example. So we have here input as 10 111 00. So first of all, those who do not know what are subarrays, let me just tell you, subarrays are the contiguous parts in the array. So this is a subarray, this is also a subarray, this is also a subarray. But if you will say that this yeah, just a second. Yeah, but if you will say that this one and this zero, is it a subarray? So no, it is not a subarray. Okay, so subarray is the contiguous part of elements in the array. So I hope now this is clear to you. Now in the question, what they are asking us, they are asking us to find the length of the largest subarray which contains equal number of zeros and one. So length of the largest subarrays, but it means that there can be one or more subarrays in which there are equal number of zeros and one. So first let's just find all the subarrays in which the zeros and ones are equal. So this is one such subarray, this is one such subarray. Okay, and this is one such subarray, and this is one such subarray. Okay, so in all these subarrays there might be more here, but in all these subarrays the number of zeros and ones are same. Okay, so here the length is 2, here the length of this subarray is 2, here the length of this subarray is 4, sorry, and here the length of this subarray is 6. So out of these all the subarrays, what is the length of largest subarray? It is 6. So therefore our output is 6 here. Okay, so here you can see that equal number of zeros and ones are present in this particular subarray. Let's just see with one more example. So 0 0 1 1 0. So here also we need to find the length of the largest subarray which contains equal number of zeros and 1. Let's just first make all the subarrays which contain equal number of 0 and 1. This is one of the subarray. Okay, this is one of the subarray, this is one of the subarrays, and this is also one of the subarrays in which the length zeros and ones are equal. So here the length is 2, here the length is 2, here the length is 4, here the length is 4. So what is the largest length? So answer is 4. So therefore the output is 4. Now, I hope the question is clear to you. Now, let's just quickly jump towards the approach of this question. And the approach of this question, through the approach of this question, we will learn two important concepts and one data structure that will be involved in solving this question. So now let's move towards the approach. Okay, so guys, we will be learning two things here. Okay, two things we will be learning here. One is a new data structure. Okay, that is a hash map, and second is the new approach. Okay, new, like you can say an algorithm or an approach, that is the prefix sum. Prefix sum approach we will be following here, and we will be learning that. Now what is a prefix sum? So before moving to prefix sum, what we will do, see, we will take a sum variable, let's just initialize it with 0 only. Now see, this is an array, we will be traversing this array, so we will make one condition, that if the current element is 0, then we will add -1 to the sum. If the current element is 1, then we will add 1 to the sum. Okay, let's just make this condition. Okay, if current okay, let's just learn this condition, that if it is 0, then we'll add -1, and if the current element is 1, then we'll add 1. So what it means, okay, it means that if a subarray will have equal number of zeros and one, if there is a subarray, let's suppose this is a subarray, if it is having equal number of zeros and ones, then what will be the sum value? Sum value will be 0 for this subarray. So this is just one concept I wanted to tell you, because here -1 will happen, -2 +1 will happen, and it will become 0. So if a subarray has sum 0, it means it has equal number of zeros and ones, because we are for 0 we are adding -1, and for 1 we are adding 1 in the add. Now what we'll do, we will be using prefix sum approach. What does prefix sum approach means? Start iterating the array like this. First of all, we are at index 0. We will add this into the sum. So sum value, I have told you that when we will get 0, so we will add -1 into the sum. So sum here will become -1. Okay, so what does this sum means? So this sum means that the um, the sum of the array till here has sum as -1. Okay, so this is what it means. Next thing, okay, moving ahead. Next thing, we will move to the next element. So now the sum becomes now what we'll do, now it is the current element is 1. So sum was -1, so -1, where I have told you that when we will encounter 1, we will add 1 to the sum. So -1 was its earlier value, now we will add 1 to it, now it will become 0. Now what does this sum represents? This sum represents uh, the sum of the elements till here. So these two elements sum it represents. Okay, so moving ahead to the next element. Now again also it is 1 only, so we will add 1 to the sum. So sum, we will add 1. Now the sum becomes 1. 0 plus 1, it becomes 1. Now what does this one represents? This sum represents the sum of the elements till here. Okay, so 0 1 1, so till here it represents that, okay, the sum value till here from the starting of the array till the current element is 1. Okay, now moving ahead. Now again we are coming at sum, just a second, yeah, so now there is 0, so we will subtract it from the sum. We will subtract -1 from the sum. So earlier sum was 1, we have done -1, so it has become 0. Now what does this 0 represents? This 0 represents that the element sum till here from the starting of the array is 0 only. Why 0? You can see, already see that there are equal number of zeros and ones, so therefore what is happening, therefore the sum value till here is 0 only. Now next value is again 0. Okay, so there is a variable called sum. Okay, again 0, whenever we encounter 0, we will do -1 to the sum. So now 0 -1 becomes -1. What does this -1 represents? This -1 represents the sum of the array elements till here, that is the end of the array only. Now this is the prefix sum. Now one thing you will be observing, I have already told you that at every step, what does this sum value represents? At every step, what does this sum value represents? So now one thing you can notice here, that there are certain cases wherein the sum values are same, Okay, so what does this means? See, what does this sum value means for -1? It means that till here, the sum of the elements is -1. Okay, so in between these two sum values, what is the sum now? Okay, just try to understand this thing that I'm trying to say. Sum is -1 here, sum is -1 here. So what does this means? That from elements till here, from here till here has sum 0 only. Let it digest. What does this sum value represent? It represents the sum till here. What does this value represent? It represents the value of sum till here. Now if both the value of sums are same, then it means that between the elements, between the array from this index till this index, the sum is 0. The sum is 0. Okay, because there is no addition or subtraction happened here. So therefore, from starting from this index till this index, that is from these elements, the sum is 0, because the sum value is same here. Okay, you can see this is the case with other thing also. Other case, if we will try to take, the things will become more clear. Okay, so this 0, if you will see, this is also 0, this is also 0. So what does this sum represents? This sum represents the sum of the elements till here. This sum represents the sum of the elements till here. Okay, since the sum values are same, it means from these two elements, from this element to this element, the sum in between is 0. So sum is 0 only, because the values are same. And when sum is 0, it means that there are equal number of ones and zeros. So here you can see there are equal number of ones and zeros. So this is how we can find the length of the array. Okay, now we will come to the hash map. That what is the use of hash map here? See, what we are doing, we are iterating the array from left to right. Okay, from left to right we are iterating the array. We know that, okay, the here 0 comes, here 1 comes, here 0 comes, but how do we know that already this -1 has came, already this 0 has came? So how we'll find that sub array? So therefore we will be using the hash map here. So what is a hash map? Let me just quickly describe it. So hash map is nothing but a key value pair. Okay, key value pair. So key, by key, there, for every key there is a certain value. What we will do, while we are traversing over the array. Okay, now I am going to the actual approach. While we are traversing over the array, we are calculating the sum, prefix sum we are calculating. We will first check whether that prefix sum is already present in the array or not, already present in the hash map or not. If it is not present, we will add it in the hash map. If it is present, then we'll do other step. Let's just now see that thing. Okay, we will form a hash map. Currently, initially, what it will happen, it will contain the value. So we are forming a hash map of key value pair. Initially there will be one key that is present, that is 0, and index will be -1. Why -1 I have taken, I will describe you later that why this is the base condition that I am taking. Now step by step, when we are calculating the prefix sum, we will start adding that prefix sum in the hash map also. So when at index 0 we have calculated a prefix sum, it has came to -1. So is -1 present in the array? Is -1 present in the hash map? So answer is no. So -1 is not present in the hash map. We will add this -1 as a key in the hash map. And what will be the value? Value will be the index, current index. Value will be the current index, that is till where the sum of the elements are present. So this sum represents the sum of the elements till index 0. So this is why the index will be here. Okay, this is why the index will be here. Next we will go, we will see that some value is 0. Now some value is 0 till here. Some value is 0 till here. So we will check whether the 0 is present in the hash map or not. So yes, 0 is present in the hash map. Now 0 is present in the hash map, and 0 now we have again encountered. What does it means? It means that we have found a sub array. We have found the sub array within which the sum is 0 and it contains equal number of zeros and 1. So we will have a variable called count. Okay, sorry, length variable we will have. Initially it will be 0. Okay, initially it will be 0, and now we'll be calculating the length of the subarray. So length of the subarray, this is the j, and the value that we'll be getting from the hash map will be I. So we will simply do, to find the length of the subarray, that the which contains the sum 0, we will simply do j minus I. J is the index of this and I is the index of this. So index of this is 0 minus -1. So this has become 2. So out of 2 and length 0, but which one is maximum? So 2 is maximum. So we will be taking 2 here. Okay, for every step we will be repeating the same steps only. Okay, now let's move towards the next index. Next index in sum is 1. So till here the sum is 1. So 1 is not present in the hash map. We will add it in the hash map and we will update, we will add the index as 2. So till 2 the sum is 1. Next coming to sum 0. Okay, sum 0. Again till here the sum is 0, that for the first 4 elements. Now is sum 0 present in the hash map? So yes, it is present in the hash map, and -1 represents the index. So this is again the current index now becomes j minus the I that will be coming from hash map only. So j is 3 minus I is -1, so 3 and 4 is 4. So out of 2 and 4, which one is maximum? So 4 is the maximum. Okay, so this index is, this particular thing is done. Now we will move in towards the next index. Okay, so next index, at next index the sum is -1. So is -1 already present? So yes, it is already present. So what will be the value of j? J minus I will be doing, -1 is already present. So j is the current index, that is 4, minus what is the index of I? Index of I is the index of I is 0. Index of I is 0. So this is 0. 4 minus 0 is 4. So 4 and 4, out of 4 and 4, which one is maximum? 4 is the maximum. So after this iteration is over, inside this length variable, we will have the length of the largest subarray. Largest subarray with equal number of zeros and 1. So I hope now the approach is clear to you. I know many of you might have doubts. You can watch the approach again, or you can, let's just move towards the coding part and the things will become more clear to you. If you're finding this video informative till here, do hit that like and subscribe button. And I am promising you, I have promised earlier also, that I will become one-stop solution for Accenture placement for 2025 batch. Just two things you need to do. Just hit that subscribe button and just join our Telegram group for the discussion purpose. Lot of 2025 batch students have already joined this Telegram group. Don't be left behind and do join it. So now let's move towards the coding part. Okay, so guys, for saving time, I have already written the code and I will be explaining you line by line what we are doing. So first of all, we are declared a hash map, and like this we are declaring in C++, and we have added one key and value to it by default, that I have already told you that key will be 0, that is the prefix sum, and index will be -1 for initially, that is, this is for the base case. Next is we are initializing a variable called prefix sum with 0 and length also 0. So prefix sum will contain the sum of the elements till the ith index after every iteration, and length will be containing that length of the maximum subarray, which will contain equal number of zeros and 1. Now what we'll do, we'll be iterating over the array. Okay, if the current element is 0 or 1, uh, okay, if it is 0, then we are adding -1 to the prefix sum. If it is 1, we are adding 1 to the prefix sum. Now once we have got the prefix sum, now we will be checking that whether that prefix sum already exists in the hash map or not. Okay, like we have done it here. So if that prefix sum was already is already not present in the hash map, okay, if it is not present in the hash map, then what we are doing, we are simply adding that into the hash map with the current index. And if that prefix sum is currently present in the hash map, by this we check whether it is present in the hash map or not. Okay, so if it is already present in the hash map, then first of all we will be finding the j value. Okay, so j value is the current index. Okay, as I have told you, j minus I we were doing, so j was the current index. Like let's suppose if we were here, so j will be the current index and I will be the value of that prefix sum in the hash map. So I will be the value of that prefix sum in the hash map. So for calculating I will be the value of that prefix sum in the hash map. This is how we will find the value in the hash map. So we have our I also, we have our j also, that is the current index, and then we will simply do j minus I to find the length of the subarray, which contains equal number of zeros and 1. Now this length, once we are found, this length will be compared to the current length. Okay, so this length variable was, but it was containing the maximum length of this subarray containing equal number of 0 and 1. So now the current length that we have found out, it will be compared with the previous max length, and if that current length will be maximum, and out of the both of the maximum, the length variable will be updated. So we have discussed both the cases, whether the prefix sum is found in the hash map or if the prefix sum is not found in the hash map, then what we'll do. Once you have found the maximum length, we will be simply returning the length from this particular function. Okay, and in Accenture you do not have to manually take the input. The input will be taken care by them. You will just have to implement the function and return the required answer. So we are simply returning length from here. So let's just quickly run few test cases and let's see whether it is working fine or not. So 0 1 1 0 and 0. So this should give us 4 as the answer, as we have seen earlier. Okay, sorry, there is one syntax mistake. Okay, so now let's just run it. So it should give us 0. Oh, sorry, 4 as an answer. Okay, 4 is coming as an answer. So if we will take one more one added in added at the last, then it should give us 6 as an answer. So one more test case, let me just copy paste from here. Just a second, let me just copy paste from here and we will go. So this has given 6 and let me just copy paste this also. This should also give us 6 only. Okay, so in this input also the length of the maximum sub array is from this to this, so answer is 6. So it means the entire code is correct, and every case it will be passing. So I hope now the approach and the question is clear to you, and the code is also clear to you. Still, have you have any doubts, you can write in the comment section. And guys, do support us by hitting that like and subscribe button for this channel. Continuously we'll be updating more and more material for you for your preparation. And do join the Telegram group. The links you'll find in the description box and in the pinned comment. It is dedicated for the 2025 batch, and Accenture exam on campus discussions are happening currently. So don't miss them. Do join this group. Okay, all your doubts will be resolved here. Thank you for watching this video.